So assume the position. Please mute yourself for now if you're not already. Hi, Vanessa. So today's meditation might be a little bit of a challenge. Because, this is the week where we kind of have perfection, releasing the myths and busting the myths of perfection. And I also had in my mind this week about actually deepening into our actual practices of meditation. And so what occurred to me today is about giving up the need for circumstances to be perfect. Because so often, I don't know about you, but I mean, for me, it's the way my mind works is I so often seek for situations to be perfect. I planned out a workshop for the Exhale Festival, and because of traffic, we got there literally the minute I was due to start teaching. And so I had to bring my A game. Literally, I didn't even have time to change into the right clothing. I literally jumped out of the car, ran into the venue and taught, in my, tank top and cut off jeans. Wasn't what I had in mind. But the only way I could do that is to have let go of the need for circumstances to be perfect. I also really recognise that in my corporate life, I have this really persistent habit of wanting circumstances to be perfect, to work for the, not for a perfect boss, because I know that, we're all human, right? But still I have these expectations of circumstances having to be a certain way, and then my head flips around and I have to do all this emotional management when things aren't perfect. And Ray Dalio talks about this a lot, actually, and he says, you just deal with things as they are. Simple. So I thought, how can we explore this concept in practice? And I have a little quote from this beautiful book. The Things You Can Only See When You Slow Down, which somehow is going to inspire our practice today. It's called, "Don't try to make it perfect. Instead, make it interesting." Don't try and make it perfect. Instead, make it interesting. So in our meditation practice today, we're going to take a bit of inspiration from the Vipassana practice, which is a particular Indian style of meditation, where we just sit and we do a body scan. Now that's not so different, right, to what we have been doing. Only here's how you're going to deepen your meditation practice today. You're going to sit still. You're not going to move, right? For some people like me, fidget bum, Leanne, it's quite hard. It's really hard. But the reason why we do this is because we're going to deepen our awareness in, and we're going to slow things down even further, and we're going to explore this kind of these impulses that arise in us. Through this need to be in the perfect position, we're just going to explore. So it might be an itch. That itch, it wants me to scratch my left cheek. And just sit with the itch. Become really curious about the itch and see what happens to the itch. It's the same with the pain in your knee, or your left ankle going dead. Don't move. send your mind into that place and become really curious and explore and see what happens. Because what you're going to find is these things aren't permanent and they move around. If you get into a place where like you're really, really, really uncomfortable and all that's going through your mind is, oh my God, my leg, please move. Yeah. But the object of our short session today is to not move, so we can explore into these impulses that arise in us and find the space, find the observer of the experience and what happens. Okay, sound good? Let's begin the breath work. So get yourself into this position that you're going to remain in for the next 23 minutes. And begin breathing in. Pause at the top with full lungs and then breathe out through the mouth. Keep going. Firing up the body. Our brain needs 20% of our calories, even at rest. So fuel it with oxygen. When you breathe like this, you purge the carbon dioxide from your body. This makes your system alkaline, so you feel naturally more energized. Keep breathing. You tap into the parasympathetic nervous system. Which naturally allows you to access your deeper wisdom. Two more breaths. And just close your mouth. Allow yourself to breathe through your nose. Tip of the tongue pressed behind your front teeth. Breathe up and down your spine as you allow your body to relax into a comfortable position. Chin naturally tucks in a little bit to let the back of your neck be long. And allow a wave of relaxation to flow over and through your body and mind. With each out-breath, allow yourself to slow down. center in. With each out breath, pulling your awareness out of your head. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, down into your belly. Just take a moment to breathe into your belly. Allow this space to soften and relax. And just allow your awareness to flow up to your solar plexus, the seat of our personal power. Breathe into this space. And if you need it, mentally repeat, I am safe. As you feel this space soften and relax, allow your awareness to flow up to your heart space. So we take 2 minutes here to breathe ourselves into coherence. So connecting into the heart and recognizing what we need in this moment. Breathe in, receive. Breathe out, radiate. Slow breaths, perhaps only 4 breaths a minute, something like this. I'll hold the time. Breathe in, receive. Feel, receive. Don't think, receive. Feel, receive. Breathe out, radiate. Feel, radiate. Let go of that practice. Just bring your awareness to your feet. Left foot. Really feel your left foot. Anytime your mind wanders, you feel distracted, even the desire to move, dissolve it into the breath, inner smile, no effort or trying, breathe it out of the body. Flow to your right foot. Feel your right foot. into your right hip. Feel all of the bones, the muscles, blood vessels, connections. Become really curious about your right hip. Feel it, don't think it. Any thoughts that arise in a smile, allow them to dissolve into the breath. Allow your awareness to flow into your left hip. And as you practice, just notice in your body the sensations that arise that would normally have you move. Bathe them in curiosity. Simply sit with the feeling. Notice what you notice. Allow your awareness to flow into your torso, the middle of your body. Feel all the sensations there. Just let them be. Finding that space between sensation and reaction. Opening up the space to dwell in the observer. Dissolving anything that arises in the breath in a smile, no effort or trying. Return your awareness to feeling the centre of your body. And then allow your awareness to bubble up to your chest. And then let the awareness flow to your shoulders, left shoulder, left arm, left hand, right shoulder, right arm, right hand. Allow your awareness to flow up through your throat into your head. Noticing what you notice in the space between sensations in your body and your response. As we move into the next phase of our meditation practice, we can just let this go, move into our priming. So we just take a few breaths to breathe in spaciousness, ease and enoughness. We breathe out the need for perfection. And we just take a moment to acknowledge, what do we need today to be our best? resolve to do that today. And allow to bubble up into your mind one word that describes how you choose to show up today. And then allow to bubble up into your mind who needs you. Who needs you today to be at your best? Just feel your connection to them. Perhaps family members, colleagues, friends. And know that you've got this no matter what. You are a conduit of all the energy of the universe flowing to you and through you, no matter what. Every moment is the perfect moment. This is our anchoring thought today. Every moment is the perfect moment. So when you're ready, just begin to wiggle your toes and your fingers, blink your eyes open. Take a nice little wiggle of the body. Oh, too much sitting in front of computers, making our backs stiff maybe. Take a nice big stretch, arms up above the head. As you breathe out, stretch the knuckles away, move side to side. Yeah, breathe in, arms to the side, hands interlace behind our back, stretch the knuckles away, lift the chin, breathe into that neck and throat and chest. And as you breathe out, hands come around in front of you, press the knuckles away, arch the back, chin on the chest. Take a breath here. And this ends our practice today. So you can really see, I think, can't you, how if we slow down, we become aware of how we are today. Are we in super sharp mind mode? Or are we in self-care mode? So understanding that each moment is the perfect moment, we can combine our most skillful action with how we feel. Super sharp mind, skillful action, we're on it. Dull mind, feeling a bit delicate. Today's a day to listen or to self-care. We don't need situations to be perfect, they just are what they are, and we are okay. That's it today. Any questions? Let me know. And yeah, glad you liked it, Sonia. You've been asking me about that. I know.
It's interesting. I think you talked about imperfect situations. So I was yesterday, we as agile coaches, I had to facilitate a session, not by myself, with the other two guys.
Mm-hmm.
And they're super corporate and like slideshow fest,
Yeah.
And anyway, so that was already like settling me. So that's the, you know, the imperfection. But I lived in this house for 10 years. 10 years I lived in this house.
Yeah.
And you know, I live on the top, so like on the top of the house, so like the, you know, like the
Oh yeah. Yeah.
yeah. And the outside of the windows, 10 years,
Mm-hmm.
nobody cleaned it. So what I have to do, I have a cleaner that it tries to put her hand over and then try to clean, you know, and we guys
Mm-hmm.
try to clean together, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And stress God, as we're doing the session, some company from I don't know what, there was like literally a brush with water outside of the windows as we made the presentation.
Yeah.
Like, number one is like, thank God, but then number two is, oh, not right now, please. I'm feeling hurt. I need to go home. So that was like, so that was interesting. And just sit with that. But then also during the session, the alarm went off. My
Mm.
alarm, and it's sitting in my bed. So and just sitting with that, you know, not making that the focus. So that is weird. I think the way I could sit with it is not to make that the focus, but then to listen to you became a lot harder.
Yeah.
I just had to really hone into you,
Yeah.
so that I could just let go of that alarm just going off. It's still going off.
Yeah, absolutely. I really feel like the universe gives us, you know, what we need to really evolve in any moment. You know, be it a window cleaner cleaning when we're trying to do a freaking presentation that's really important to us. Yeah, really good point. And Leanne, you said about the feeling of not feeling your body is crazy. So yeah, I mean, you could say more about that. But I wonder, it's. I remember talking with a friend of mine, and you know, he couldn't feel a section behind his left shoulder. You know, and certainly when we do this body scan, sometimes there's parts of us that we just have become completely disconnected from. And this is actually the source of where, you know, dis-ease, you know, disease starts to happen, because you know we're not listening to our body anymore. So this is one of the reasons I do a lot of body-centered meditation, because the way my mind works is very fast, and I become so disconnected from my body so quickly. So getting back to the body, into the now, yeah, it's really helpful.
But did you? This is the first time I did that today, so I found it very uncomfortable. But I can imagine it's comfortable, like when you're used to it. But I felt like almost like having a panic because you just suddenly you can't feel your foot.
Mm-hmm.
So it was very weird. Now this was not relaxing for me, but I can imagine that it can be pretty cool, because then you can actually just eliminate things that may like occur, so you can focus on the correct stuff. I think that's a really cool tool if we just train on it. But for me, this was a little bit uncomfortable, but I see the benefit of it.
Well, I'm glad you raised this actually, Leanne, because yeah, and Sonia's saying the same thing. She couldn't feel her left thigh today. It's really weird. Just to be really clear, right? Meditation often isn't comfortable. Yeah, I've been on meditation retreats, and like, you know, it's really just plain uncomfortable. Sitting cross-legged, dead leg for hours, sore back. You know, I think the thing is as well, meditation has really gone into a space where it's joined with kind of self-care, and it's all very lovely, and basically it's become about numbing out. Yeah, it's the without water version of a little bubble bath. You know, we want to get into that nice feeling space. And although absolutely what happens as we expand our consciousness out and in and down, we certainly can experience incredible states of joy, of bliss, of the dissolving of the self into light. I mean, there's some incredible things that happen, and on a much more mundane level, over time we do get happier. I mean, meditation fundamentally is about finding our joyful state again. But mind training, just like in the gym, you know, it isn't always that comfortable or nice, you know. Meditation on emotions and doing the emotional work to clear ourselves, you know, there can be tears and tears and tears and days of tears, you know, but that's not bad. It's the path of the training that leads to liberation, right?
I agree. And for someone who, for me, I have never meditated before until a couple of weeks ago when I started with you on this. Yeah, I just want to share with, if there's anyone other who is listening, who is trying this for the first time. I mean, it didn't. I mean, it's like something new every time, and it sets in, I guess, like a couple of days afterwards. That's my personal experience of it. And also for me, it was. I was like, I felt sad and. I felt really sad in the beginning, I guess, because I felt like I'm starting to look into another place inside my body or something. But now it feels good. So it was really hard, the 2 weeks, and then today was really hard again. So this is like something new. But I know that everything that feels bad in the beginning will feel good later in meditation. This is what I have learned now.
Yeah, well, maybe, I mean, it's really good to be curious about how we feel, you know, what is that sadness? And to see what's under the sadness, you know, or if we feel anger or frustration, you know, what's under that anger or frustration? So, and I love that you shared, Leanne, because that's, you know, such good questions that help us all expand our understanding. So thank you for that. Thank you for sharing. Cool. All right, well, have a lovely day, everyone. Bye, 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 bye. And thank you, Instagrammers. So glad that you liked it. Have a great day.